IDF striking 3 F-14 fighter jets belonging to Iranian armed forces. The U.S. military reportedly now moving B-2 bombers to the Pacific island of Guam from the United States following Iran and Israel trading fresh strikes. President Donald Trump weighing a decision that could thrust America into a widening war. His verdict could come in the next couple of weeks. And throughout the weekend, President Trump is set to receive his intelligence briefing with the National Security Council. Israeli strikes hitting multiple Iranian nuclear facilities. European officials in Geneva questioning the need for Iran's nuclear program, saying they need to, quote, urgently find a negotiated solution to ensure Iran never obtains or acquires a nuclear weapon. Iran maintaining its nuclear program is peaceful. News Nation's Robert Sherman is live for us on the ground in Tel Aviv. So, Robert, what's the latest? And of course, Iran says it's for peaceful purposes. The world doesn't believe them.
Right, that would be absolutely right, Anna. And we've heard that from the Israelis from the beginning, that they take all of this very seriously and they don't believe that there are peaceful motives behind any of their nuclear facilities here. In terms of where we stand tonight here, Anna, as you can see, night has fallen behind us, which means Shabbat has come to an end. And as we speak, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is convening his security cabinet in order to get a better picture of the situation heading into the week ahead, a week that could prove to be highly consequential, but certainly filled with unknowns in the short-term future, namely about whether the U.S. will be directly involved or not. For the time being, the Israelis have indicated they will not be changing their business on the ground. What you're seeing right here, these are strikes that were carried out against Isfahan. That's where a nuclear facility is there. I also want to show you another series of strikes that were carried out on F-14 jets that were sitting on the tarmac. And look at that right there. For context, those are older planes purchased back in the 1970s, before the revolution of 1979. But you still see those strikes taking out additional older aircraft that Iran has at its disposal. But as you see all of these operations ongoing here, important to remember the backdrop, what's happening diplomatically. Well, you had that meeting in Geneva, Switzerland, Friday between the British, French, German foreign ministers and Iran's foreign minister. And the name of the game, according to the Germans, was see if Iran is for real and see if there's the possibility for more talks to take place down the line. Iran's response to that, the door is open for more conversations, but they don't really trust the United States right now. So it's very unclear if any of these conversations will yield anything fruitful or just fizzle out in talk. Anna?
Yeah, because we can't forget when this whole thing kicked off, the United States and Iran were in the middle of nuclear talks. The White House says it could be 2 weeks before they decide whether or not to join this war on behalf of Israel. What's the reaction been like?
Yeah, I mean, the main message from Israel is that in the short term, it's not changing any of their military operations. They're still focused on ballistic missile site manufacturing facilities and all of the nuclear plants that Iran has on the ground there. And the message coming from the top in Jerusalem is they believe that they still have the capabilities to knock all of these out on their own. The prime minister was asked about that in an interview this week. Take a listen.
We're going to achieve all our targets, all their nuclear sites. It is within our power to do that. But the decision of the president, whether he wants to join or not, again, is his decision.
U.S. officials have said publicly, including President Trump, that they're not entirely convinced Israel does have the capabilities to knock out all of these nuclear facilities on their own. But at this juncture, as the Security Cabinet convenes, there's been no indication that Israel will be drifting from this course. Anna?
Yeah, they say they're going to go forward with or without the United States. But when they say that, yes, they have the capability to do that, is it just posturing from Netanyahu, or does he really have some tricks up his sleeve? News Nation's Robert Sherman live from Tel Aviv. Thank you so much for your courage and your coverage.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.